Welcome to this Tutor to You Introduction to Sociology topic video looking at socialization. One of the key concepts you need to learn in sociology is socialization. But what is socialization? Socialization is the process through which we learn society's norms and values. It's how we learn how to behave in different social situations. For example, how we learn to greet people, how we learn to stand in a queue, or how we learn to eat with a knife and fork. We learn these things and many more through the process of socialization, and this is taught to us through the use of social institutions, what sometimes are referred to as agencies of socialization. But how are we socialized? These social institutions, for example, our families, the education system, media, and religion, provide us with guidance on how we should act in different social situations or what values we should uphold. This is often done through modelling such behaviours or through direct instruction. When we copy those behaviours, we receive rewards, usually in the form of praise or social acceptance. When we deviate from those norms and values, we are punished, either through formal or informal means. Now, this can be a broad spectrum from disapproval of our actions to imprisonment. Eventually, we internalise these norms and values, and this enables us to function in society. There are, however, different forms of socialization. Primary socialization is usually performed by the family, and this teaches us particularistic norms and values, that is, the norms and values of a specific group, in this case, our family. Each family unit will pass on their norms and values to the next generation, and this can include behaviours expected in the home, for example, not wearing shoes indoors or not having screens at the dinner table. It can be through family events or traditions that are unique to your family. How you celebrate birthdays or holidays may differ from family to family, but will have their own norms. It can also include expectations of behaviour, such as bedtimes and curfews, which once you've left the family unit will no longer apply. It can also be done through customs and habits. However, these particularistic values are often only applicable in your family unit, and so we also need to learn the norms and values of wider society. And this is achieved through secondary socialization and is performed by other social institutions, for example, education, the media, and religion. And these teach us universal norms and values, those values that apply to all members of society rather than just a specific group. For example, while being late for an event in the family may earn you disapproval of other family members, your family would usually wait for you. In education, being late not only means more formal punishment, but it also means missing out, as it is unlikely that teachers will wait for latecomers to start a lesson. Similarly, at work, if you're late for a shift, everything proceeds without you. Universal values are the norms and values of wider society, and they are what all individuals are measured against. They are the expectations of everybody, and rarely are there exceptions. Another important form of socialization that you will encounter in your studies is gender socialization. Gender socialization is the process of learning the norms and values that are appropriate to your gender. This is done from an early age, with boys being dressed in blue and girls in pink, the separation of boys and girls' toys and books, a process described as canonization, to try and shape individuals into their gender appropriate roles. Over the last 50 years or so, this has become more and more contentious, with a greater emphasis in contemporary society on gender neutral socialization, such as removing labels on toys for boys and girls, or creating books that move away from stereotypical gender roles, such as girls doing domestic work and boys being unemotional. Gender socialization, however, is an important concept when looking at the difference between males and females in society. Socialization can also take different forms based upon an individual's ethnic background. Different ethnic groups will have different cultural norms around food, interactions, family gatherings, celebrations, and language. While this form of socialization may be carried out by families, other social institutions such as education, religion, and peer groups may reinforce these norms and values. A final form of socialization can be into subcultural norms and values. A subculture is a group with its own norms and values that are separate from those of mainstream society, and people learn these norms and values from their peer groups. Subcultures can be based upon many different aspects, such as social class, gender, and ethnicity, but also based upon music, film, and other shared interests. So, how do sociologists view the process of socialization? The process of socialization is often the focus of structural theories like functionalism, Marxism, and feminism that see the role of social institutions as instrumental in the process of socialization. However, they have differing views on what types of norms and values people are socialized into. Functionalists see socialization as having a positive effect on individuals, helping them to understand the value consensus, that is, the shared norms and values of society, in order for them to be a functioning member of society. On the other hand, conflict theorists such as Marxism and feminism see the process of socialization as being a form of social control, passing on the norms and values of dominant groups in order to make sure people do not challenge their position in society. For Marxists, these norms and values are those of the elite, the ruling class. For feminists, they are the values of patriarchy, that is, male-dominated society. That concludes this Tutor to You Introduction to Sociology topic video on socialization. Thanks for watching.